got a rider. Ooh, we got a motorcyclist. Oh, he got left. Where'd he go? Well, he's not behind us anymore. I'll finish this conversation in a second. I have a motorcyclist behind me. Woo, baby! Yeah! Woo, baby! Damn! Hey! 1290? That's the 1290? Yeah! It's 1290 behind us. We got a dude! Oh, dragged the knee a little bit there. Drag some knee there. Like I said, there's a 1290 behind me, but is he right behind me? No. Up, right? At the current moment. Thank you, Shell, for only asking one question off of that. Okay, so just gonna put that directly in here. Wow, that's dope. Don't have to hold it anymore. So just gonna put that in there directly in. So now this is because it fits perfectly in there. Just put the nozzle in there, put some pressure like your regular car. $15. Yeah. Took about. No, not on my baby. You not need gas. Messing up my paint job. Alright. Hope I didn't scratch up anything. Okay, now I get why people be wanting to protect their stuff so much. You got a really nice new bike. It's pretty on the expensive side. Yeah, you don't want to scratch it at all. It gets hard to not scratch it though. I'll tell you that. Okay, so we have finished with that, you guys. Got our receipt. Yep, so we're about to get back ready to riding. Let me fix this hair. I have a lock that's just playing with my ear hole. Okay, you done playing with my ear hole lock? Thank you. All right, let's just roll the bike a little forward, clean her off. Hey, I didn't mean to grab this much. All right, clean off my baby. That was scratching her hard. Ew, okay, threw that away. All right, almost dropped the bike too. Okay, so we're gonna go back. Gonna switch this to night mode soon, all the time. Once I unlock get to my 600 mile mark, the bike will be actually unlocked. So then I'll be able to get to all the electronics and things. But right now, the electronics are on. So yeah, so back to the suit talk of a good suit. Should I go right now? I should. Of a good suit to me not only just fits you right in all the good places, it protects you and just offers some things. Like, I don't have elbow pucks, see that? And if you guys don't know, you just don't have, yeah, I haven't posted all my footage of the track. Yeah, I've already been I definitely drag knee hard. I drag knee. But I've gotten close to elbow, but I try not to scrape it because I don't have a puck. I just don't want to ruin the leathers. But yeah, my elbow gets really close a lot of times. So once I get those elbow pucks, definitely gonna be dragging knee and elbow. Not just because to just do it, but just because the technique. And this is another thing. A lot of people talk about, don't worry about dragging knee. Don't worry. Yeah, you don't worry about dragging knee because if you're doing the technique in which you see people doing the dragging knee when they're doing the technique. So majority of the time when you are looking for that proper technique, you're going to see somebody really displaying it when they're dragging knee. So it's like a mixed conversation between the amateur and the experienced rider that I feel like is not articulated enough when it comes to people saying like, don't worry about dragging knee. I think that gives it a false understanding of that. Pay attention to people that are dragging knee and how they're executing that. Like, I think we should just get rid of this don't worry about dragging knee, because the fact is, I've learned in my experience, you can tell people not to worry about this and that, but if it's already on their mind, then you're really not in control of what they can worry about and what they cannot worry about. The best thing that you can do, that we can do, is just help guide the worry, I guess. So to help guide that worry, I am going to break down some methods I go about when it comes to dragging knee. And just like, you know, just talking about it casually, like when I am riding, I'm gonna show you guys how casually you can get your knee to the ground. It's not even that hard of a concept to really get done. Like, it really only took me about one track day. And everybody's like, oh yeah, you shouldn't be if you can't do it on a flat surface or in a simple parking lot, then why would you be trying it in a track or in a dangerous situation? It's like, that doesn't mean that. And a lot of people really need to stop trying to teach people things just the way that they learned it. Momentum and moments really change. We're doing, this is not just a regular sport, this is an extreme sport. And so extreme environment, sometimes a lot of things, like a lot of extreme athletes will admit that they learn things on the spot, like right then and there. Now what you try to do is set yourself up well, so when those moments come, you're not trying to learn all the steps. You're trying to just put together and fine-tune a couple steps that haven't been not necessarily executed yet by you. And you know, it's like, I have an athletic background, and so when it comes to the bike world, I think since the bike world is so separated from like athletic sports like the NBA, MLS, MLB, and all those other things, I think there's just such a social divide, but in and all, everything's the same. The team building, the individual athletic skill, how that all comes together, chances and moments, just beautiful miracles, and you know, just the beauty of the sport in itself. So we're gonna do some leaning right now. And so I'm going to just start breaking down a little bit more when I'm figuring out how I'm putting these things together, because it doesn't take an expert to learn how to drag knee. It doesn't take an expert to learn how to drag your elbow and all these things. It just takes somebody that's willing to try. Now the thing that you got to get over is the fear of your bike being out of control. And the thing is, you won't really ever get to that point unless you push some boundaries in yourself. And you know, people have different boundaries. I have a lot of extreme sports experience, so my boundaries are set at a whole different criteria and just alternative motive to what even is a boundary for me. And so when I first started riding motorcycles, you know, like on the street, a lot of people will not even, they won't really acknowledge any other experience you have. And I don't know why, when all experience is very key to being able to ride really well. You know, like, I think the best riders know how to do more than just ride. Like, take Topak, take Rossi, Mark Marquez, they all ride other types of do other types of riding a lot when they're not on their MotoGP bikes or their super bikes. They all do supermoto riding, dirt bike riding, and even more so dirt bike riding. And so it's so funny how people in the streets, like, you tell them you have a dirt bike experience, you tell somebody in MotoGP you have an extreme dirt bike experience racing, and they'll give you more respect than you riding in the street hard or anything else. Like, they'll give you more respect than they are fighting for their own craft. Like, it's like, whenever I talk to a serious racer and I'll be like, yeah man, I used to race dirt bikes, like actually racing, they're like, oh bro, then yeah, riding in the street is going to be nothing for you. But whenever I just talk to somebody that's just learned how to ride and gotten their experience from the street, I guess I'll do this okay. From the street, I guess we'll do all of Sepulveda Pass. Me and a group, we do this ride, so it'll be nice to go through it on the bike. But yeah, you street riders that just like learned riding on the street, make sure you get some more roundedness in your riding, because you are really missing out on a lot of techniques. That's why I do the stunts, I do the wheelies, I do the going to the track. I've learned in the street bike world, it's really divided. Like, dirt bikers, and they're not like that. They're just like, they got two wheels in the motor, they'll get on it, you know? Try this quick shifting. Okay, I had to do that cool real quick. They'll get on it. Woo! It's a lot of wiggle there. And so to get on in the street world and see how everybody kind of talks to each other, it's like, man, that's what's killing the sport right there. These people are all bounding each other by their experience of riding, and it's just like, I'm not going to bound somebody to my experience. I'm going to let them know my experience, and that they have every opportunity to show me something else, because my experience is my experience. I'm just giving it to you so that you can have it and heads up, but I'm not trying to advise you against it. I'm not trying to advise you towards it. I'm not trying to advise. I'm just trying to let you know what my experience is, which is why I started YouTubing, which is why I started. That's what really drove me to wanting to show you guys that whether you have a CB 300 or you have an 890 Duke R, they're bikes, and it's really determined on the rider. The rider is going to determine the skill level, technique, and all these things. It has nothing to do with you just getting on a bigger engine, so thus that makes you faster. No, that makes the bike faster. The bike is faster. Like, but what about your technique? What about your skills? Can you handle that speed? When you're going at Mach blah blah blah, can you handle braking? Can you handle can you handle dealing with cars in other situations? Not just bikes, just random animals coming across it. Like, what unnerves you is what's really gonna determine your speed, how fast you are, how good are you with adapting your hand on the throttle, how good are you with learning the new electronics and new systems and updates and adjusting your bike to your needs. How much are you going to invest into the sport to really learn it? Instead of just bitching at it and what it's not giving you, even though you have no true experience other than what you just came with. And so this is not my first time on the bike, and it's nor my second time. I've been riding for some time now. With anything new, you should always start with a humbling approach to it. You know, experience only takes you so far. As you keep coming into new endeavors and new situations and new backgrounds and new fields of objective position, you will keep coming across the fact that there are so many ways to do the same thing. And like this, like how I did that would be the exact way I do it on my dirt bike. Not how they want you to they teach you in these classes. And the crazy thing is, what they teach you in the class, when you go to champ schools, when you go to all these motorcycle schools, these racing schools, they'll tell you get rid of that. That stuff those are bad habits. Those are bad habits. So legally, but it's like, why would legally we have to practice bad habits? Because they're safe habits. But what is a safe habit when it doesn't prepare you for a lot of other situations? And it's a safe habit if you're you're trying to ride the bike underneath its complete ability. But if you're trying to take the bike out to its ability, then you need to start learning. Oh, I got this car right here. You need to start learning. Just like, I need to stop coming off the throttle when I'm quick shifting. Like, I don't have to come off the throttle. Dang. I never regularly get red lights. So I gotten like a red light on. I've gotten like all the red lights. How about that? But yeah. So takes me back to just my main point is, you guys, that I need to definitely tighten the suspension on these forks. Woo! Hey! That's the 1290? That's the 1290? Yeah! We got a 1290 behind us. We got a Duke!